Hey everybody, don't worry about what's on screen because I know that the gameplay does not match what I'm talking about. It's just random Kara footage from the game. I am a lazy editor and I'm on a bit of a deadline. I have some stuff coming up that I'll talk about maybe later, who knows. But point is, since it's been 2 months since my Devil May Cry review came out, that's how long it's been since I talked about a video game. And it's also been almost a year since I've done a sustaining mediocrity on a game. Most of you don't even know what that is. At the very beginning of my channel, I did a video called Sustaining Mediocrity, God of War 2018. That video is still up. I will link it in the description, but it was basically me just talking about, like, this game's not as great as everybody seems to think it is for this mechanical reason. So I was like, well, I should do that with another game. I was gonna do Red Dead Redemption, but that would be like a half-hour video. And I decided to go with Detroit Become Human, because it's been out for just about a year. And my problems with the game come mostly from the characters in it, the three protagonists. So I figure 3 main characters, 3 videos, why not? So we are starting with the one that I have the least to say about. Let's see if we can get you out of here in under 10 minutes. Kara doesn't even fit the story that the game is trying to tell, right? From a fundamental standpoint, because the main purpose of the game is trying to understand what deviancy is, how it works, why androids are rising up and trying to become humans, should androids be treated like humans, do they deserve equal rights, stuff like that. That is Connor and Marcus. But they wanted another character to show like a deeper human side of being an android, so they gave you Kara so that she could be a mother type character. But nothing in her story matters at all. The first thing you do is you wake up in a repair facility, right? And then you go back home and you find out that your owner, I think his name is Todd, beat you up and broke you and you had to get fixed. Which, this isn't the first time that's happened. But you do your job, you're cleaning and you're cooking or whatever, and then Todd starts abusing his daughter Alice. And it's like, well, I gotta do something about this. So you immediately, in her second burst of gameplay, break through and become deviant, and you can go and you can kill Todd and take Alice and take her on an adventure. Why can you just now become deviant? If this has been happening for however long, why did you not become deviant last time? And if you did, and they repaired you, then can't they just repair all deviant androids? It's already a major issue. But moving on, you get desperate and you find she doesn't want to eat, right? And she doesn't get cold. So there's already some suspicion there. She also, point is, you can find this place run by this guy named Zlatko, and it's like, well, I can give you like a ticket to freedom that can wipe your serial number, and then CyberLife won't be able to track you. But what he does is he wipes your memory to turn you into a drone, basically, so that he can use you as one of his experiments. He wipes your memory, and you don't know who Alice is, but you walk around for 5 minutes, and you remember everything. You just remember. You learn everything that you already learned, and you just go right back to your adventure. Then you move on, and you go to this one woman's house. I can't remember her name, but she's like the Harriet Tubman of androids, and she can get you to Canada with an android named Luther that you met at Zlatko's place that also became free. Luther tries to tell Kara something twice. It's about Alice, and you immediately figure out he's going to say that she's an android. And then once you find out that Alice is an android, it nullifies everything from the beginning of the game. So what? Todd was beating her up. She's an android. She's his property. If somebody wants to break their phone, you let them. If they want to crash their car, you let them. It's their decision, their property. As long as nobody's actually getting hurt, they can do whatever they want. So if you killed Todd, you murdered him for no reason other than he was beating up a thing that he just owns. And also, since Alice is a kid, Alice being an android doesn't even add to her story. It just justifies why she doesn't want to eat and why she doesn't get cold and stuff like that. But it just takes the weight out of everything that you're doing because you're not fighting for android freedom. You just want a place to be safe with Alice. That's it. And it's just like, what is the point of this? And if you get to Canada, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the end of her story, the way that the game is meant to be played, when androids may or may not get freedom in America, it has no effect on Kara and Alice's story. They just get to Canada, and that's it. You might have to leave Kara behind, or you might have to leave Luther behind, or that one android from like the carnival, whose name I can't remember. But overall, nothing that happens in the main story is affecting Kara and Alice, except for at one point Connor has to chase Kara because she's a deviant. They never meet again. Unless you make some very specific things happen. You have to try your hardest to get these characters to connect, because the way that the game is naturally designed to progress, the characters don't meet unless it's absolutely necessary. 1 or 2 times, maybe. But Kara is so detached and removed from everything else that's happening in the game that it's an honest question, why is she included? Why does nothing in her story have any weight? Yeah, you might get caught up in the android seizure of 2038, but you can hop on a truck and escape. You can just escape. Nothing has any weight. Like, if you cut Kara's story out of the game, you lose 3 hours and no story, really. She feels very tacked on. Nothing that she does has any ramifications or consequences or ripples through the main story of the game. It's honestly, you could tell, even though she was the first character, she was the one from the demo for that game from years ago. Even though she was the first character, you could tell she was the one that had the least effort put into her. I think they went with her first because people would connect more with a female character that was in distress or whatever, but point is, Connor and Marcus really do have the most going on. And the fact that they couldn't seem to balance the story between just the two of them is a little upsetting, because honestly, just Connor and Marcus would have been a very interesting game. At least I think so. But hey, I'm not David Cage. I don't work at Quantic Dream. I don't make the decisions. But that's all I really wanted to say about Kara. Next time we talk about Marcus, and it'll be a bit longer. But I'll see you there. Bad boy.